Mindanao, Higyaw Mindanao, Higyaw Mindanao, Higyaw, 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 Higyaw Mindanao. Halina magkaiusa, ibangon atong kultura. Halina atong ipadayon, tribo nga malabuon. Higyaw Mindanao, Higyaw Mindanao, Higyaw Mindanao, Higyaw, 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 Higyaw Mindanao.
Mabuhay! Maricris, Valdez, Castro, it's a pleasure. At tuwang-tuwa po ako mga kaibigan kasi pinuunlakan ako ng isang magandang dilag. Talagang yung pong nakita niyong introduction kanina ay part po ng kanyang endeavor, ng kanyang advocacy at ang kanyang achievement. Isa po sa pinagmamalaki ko na kaibigan. Bagamat siya ngayon po ay nasa ibang bansa, ipinagmamalaki ko po na may isang katutubo na talagang nakipagsapalaran sa isang napakalaking patimpalak ng ating bansa, ang Miss Universe pageant. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Maricris Valdez Castro. Yay! Hi, Miss Chris!
Hello po! Baing Dayday, it's so good to see you. And I want to just say, nako po, binabati ko po ang National Commission for Culture and Arts, Tribal Government of the Philippines, headed by Governor Higyawan na Pulag. Ayan.
Yeah.
Bye, Indayday, thank you so much for your advocacy work for Indigenous people's rights, especially in promoting President Duterte's new act of ancestral domain. Grabe naman ang galing mo po to protect indigenous lands from being stolen. You are incredible po. I also want to give a special shout out to Datu Jason Roysibug, whose tireless 9-year campaign to declare World Indigenous Peoples Day, the Philippines' first ever non-working regular holiday, with Senator Amy Marcos, who's committee chair of Indigenous Peoples. Grabe, she filed that bill and it's in the process. Sobrang magaling siya and sobrang magaling yung mga iska, sipa, to Duris, MIPYO, MIPIN, Tribal Government of the Philippines, ACT International, Bukidnon Youth Ambassadors, Kafi Blaan, Empowerment, NCIP, and Tuklas Katutubo, Samahan ng mga Katutubo sa Pilipinas, who led the campaign, and individuals and IP advocates, all in this together to, join the movement. We are all in this together, mga Katutubo, at may pusong Katutubo. I also want to greet Datu Aljun Cagayawan, who just won the 4th Luminaire Awards, Most Outstanding and Inspirational, Youngest Datu of the Philippines. So congratulations po, and your incredible advocacy work for our people. And I also want to greet Miss Bae Adel Lantong Agsinao of the Bukidnon Tribal Youth Ambassadors. Hello po. And just kudos to all of your incredible work for our IP. I also want to greet, of course, yung pamilya ko, yung tatay ko sa heaven, and my mother, my grandparents, my brothers, Vivo and Michael, and my sister Jessica in Cebu with her husband. My brother Michael, yung kuya ko, him and his wife, Jane, just had their first baby. Nako, grabe. Sobrang masaya na tayo. So I just want to say hello, greetings to all of you, and especially as we prepare for the quincentennial of Datu Lapu-Lapu's victory at the Battle of Mactan. It makes us so proud to be Filipino.
Yeah.
Uh, and I would like to prepare and sing this song for you, mga katutubo ko, because it's about how we are proudly Filipino. So itong isang kanta ko is Ako ay Pilipino by Kula Desma. Ako ay Pilipino, ang dugo'y maharlika. Likas sa aking puso, alikhaing kay ganda. Sa Pilipinas, sa ating bayan, nantay na elas ng silanganan. Parinatipon ang kayamanan ng may kapal. Bigay sa ating talino sa mabuti lang. Sakay matututo ang maging mapagmahal. Ako ay Pilipino. Ako ay Pilipino. Isang bansa, isang diwa ang minimiti ko. Sa bayan ko't kandila, laan buhay katiwang. Ako'y Pilipino, Pilipino to. Ako'y Pilipino, ako'y Pilipino, gusto kahit kanino, ang Pilipino ay ako. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. And thank you so much po for having me here today. God bless you all. And mabuhay! Mabuhay! Mga National Commission for Culture and Arts and the Tribal Government of the Philippines. Mabuhay sa mga IP advocates just like you. Miss Bae and Dayday, maraming salamat po for having me here today. Thank you po.
I'd like to ask you, Miss Chris, thank you talaga ha. I feel like what you sing just right now is a prayer to me. Napakaganda. Talagang parang prayer na yun sa aking katuwa. At na ako talaga hats off ako sa iyo kasi hindi basta-basta na makasali sa isang napakalaking competition. Lalo pat ngayong panahon, maraming magaganda, maraming matatalino, at isa ka ron, di ba? Talaga the best ang ano. So tell us more about your origin, your bloodline, you know.
Oh, yes, syempre naman po. So yung tatay ko, he's of the Agta, Tabagnon tribe of Pilar, Sorsogon. My father is Dr. Rico or Hermenildo Lumbao Castro. So Lumbao is our IP name, and my grandmother, his mother is Doctora Expedita Lumbao Castro. So, yung tribal roots ko. Our tribe is mostly people who are fish folk or agricultural folk. So, dun sa Pilar, Sorsogon, they live atop of bamboo stilted homes where it's easily accessible yung mga boat niya for boating and fishing. And it's also such an honor to have represented our tribe po at the national level and also to represented Muntinlupa City po kasi that is where my father built our home alongside my mother out of love. So it's really a place that's close to my heart po. Yung Muntinlupa din if you didn't know, I also didn't know this until a while ago. Muntinlupa was founded by fish farmers din just like our tribe coming together to create something special. So it's really out of love po, and I'm proudly Agta. Maraming salamat po.
Yan ang maganda, talagang proud sa kanyang origin. Oo. So ano pong pinakakaabalahan mo after the pageant? And I'd like to ask you, anong parte ng pageant yung pinaka hindi mo malimutan talaga?
Oh, siyempre po, siyempre. So, para sa akin yung pageant experience ko sa Miss Universe Philippines, it really was, wow, Miss You to.
Mm.
So grabe. And it was just a really beautiful experience being able to represent not only as the first Muntinlupeña to compete in Miss Universe Philippines, but as the first Agta Tabangnon po. So yun lang ang pride ko, and for my family po and for our tribe, is to have competed in the first ever batch. So it's that is an honor. And parang after this, I'm still very active in my advocacy po for indigenous people. And I am very active in my advocacy for abandoned children. So it's very hand in hand para sa akin po that we continue to not only promote, the heritage of our people, but also the future generations, yung mga anak niya, especially the abandoned children, who are over 2 million po, 2 million abandoned children dito sa Pilipinas. It's so important for us to be active in creating their mindset. Not just that you are Filipino and that we have a heritage, but that you are chosen by God. You are alive. You have a future, and you are the future of our nation. Ayun lang po. And then I just want to say thank you so much again po for having me, and it's such an honor to be here.
Actually, Miss Chris, nasa ibang bansa ka po ba ngayon?
Yes po, ngayon po I'm actually sa USA, sa Washington State at the moment. Kasi yung grandmother ko is not feeling too well, may stroke niya. So it's kawawa. Actually po, it was a very hard time for our family last year because yung uncle Ernesto ko sa Pilipinas passed away from pneumonia. And then just December, yung uncle Fernando passed away from a heart attack. And then, dalawang Zoom funerals na sa grandma ko. She attended her first son's funeral by Zoom lang kasi dito na siya. Hindi siya kaya to travel to see her son one last time. It's really heartbreaking. And then, iba pa po, there was another son, her Uncle Fernando. And it's just sobrang heartbreaking naman po kasi the day before she had her stroke, it was the day of my uncle's funeral, Uncle Fernando's funeral in December. And she was just saying, ang kawawa naman, they were best friends in real life, pero now they're also best friends in heaven.
Ganun
So yeah.
talaga.
And then, yeah. So dito na ako po for just supporting yung nanay ko, yung lola ko. And minsan may trabaho ko for modeling, pero yung eskwela ko for medicine, it's online na, kahit online sa lahat. Yeah. So, okay naman.
Anong,
Kaya na.
anong year ka na po sa iyong med school?
Ah,
Anong year ka na?
yes po, University of Perpetual Health. Sa Las Piñas po.
So dun ka naka-connect pa rin. So Manila ang
Opo.
school mo. But then you're in
Yes po. Yes
wow,
po.
okay siya, okay siya. Kaya pala,
Hmm.
so okay yung online pala, no? Kasi you can
Okay lang, pero medyo mahirap lang kasi yung para
practical.
sa akin, it's different kasi you have to make a different kind of mode, a different attitude. Kasi araw-araw you have to get dressed pero hindi ka lumabas. You're just getting dressed for school dito sa bahay lang. Parang, don't
So,
It's so hard not to get lazy. Nako, ayun lang. 'Di ba? We were calling each other earlier and then, sobrang magulo ang hair ko na. Ayun. But then, yeah, brush my hair and yung mga routine para sa mental health, it's so important. And, yes po, it's very I love to stay still active. So, Ngayon, may project ko is for GFN, for the Global Filipino Network based sa California. We're working on co-hosting a show for them dito sa Washington State where I live
Mhm.
and was born. So po.
Nice.
But yes po, and it's really nice kasi po we're trying to connect our mga kababayan dito sa Washington to our motherland, the Philippines. So parang maybe I'll call you sometime and invite you to be on our show if it's okay.
By all means. Sabi.
Yeah. Yung pangalan ng show ko is Kabayan Seattle. Kasi Seattle, Washington na ako po.
Wow, wonderful. By the way, how old are you na ba ngayon? You're very young pa din.
Ako po. Oh, ako?
Oo, 20.
Oh, secret. Secret lang. I'm shy. Yeah.
So, para naman sa knowledge ng ibang mga kababaihan na gusto rin at mga katutubo na gustong mag-join sa Miss Universe, ano po ba yung mga steps na napagdaanan mo bago ka na-accept?
Tama.
Meron baka kasi merong mga IP pa rin na gustong sumunod sa iyong mga yapak.
Yes! Kaya mo! Kaya mo yan!
Oh.
So, para sa akin as a proud IP woman, I think the most important thing is to first yung mindset mo is to embrace your roots, is to embrace your identity. Kasi they're not looking for another Catriona Gray. They're not looking for another Pia Words pa. Kasi meron niya. They already have it. They want the most authentic you. And the most authentic you can only give that to them. Para Para if you have the heart naman na, that you already know your heart. So before you join, pero mag soul searching ka, what do you stand for? What is your heritage? What is your voice, your unique voice? Don't try to sound too much like mga others. Even though they're amazing, grabe, like grabe yung mga salita like gazini ganados, wow, like Catriona. Pero also for you, what is your voice? What's your story? Ayan po. Know your story. So that when you know your story and you go maglaban ka sa national pageant, you can tell your story with everything, not just when you're speaking, but when during your pasarela, during your yung mga swimsuit for pastoral and evening gown, yung attitude mo, it's going to show that you're confidently beautiful with a heart. Ayan. Opo.
So, where did you audition first? Diyan ba sa Amerika, nag-file ka ng mo?
Hindi naman po sa Philippines kasi doon ko mag-aaral ko. So, yung primary focus ko is my studies always. Pero yung opportunities like this, why not? So, while I'm studying, they offer, they put that out there that, oh, we're recruiting na for Miss Universe Philippines. If you want to audition, you can audition. So, ayun, I just heard it from yung mga pageant pages and decided, okay, sige, I'll try.
Talagang maswerte.
Yes. Opo. So, I love pageantry. Yeah, so it's really fun.
But prior to the Miss Universe pageant, did you join other pageants?
Oh, yeah, syempre po, for preparation. So, I joined Miss Cuba Philippines, and I won runner-up for Miss Cuba Philippines in 2019. And then I also competed sa Mutya, Pilipinas. And I won Miss Friendship there. I competed sa um, Binibining Paranaque. Unfortunately, walang susunod kasi I was working at that time and living in Paranaque at that time. Kasi after my father died, suddenly he had a stroke, second stroke niya in March 17, 2019. So I took a break from my studies to grief at that time. So while I'm working and then doing mga something that makes me happy, pageantry. So So I actually work in a law firm nandyan sa Parañaque in BF Homes in the law office of Legaspi Cabugao and Associates as a paralegal Jan.
Mm.
So it was a lot of fun. Um, and so that's why I competed for Binibining Parañaque kasi nandyan na ako. Opo. And then before that, I had competed in ano po? I competed in Miss Philippines Earth.
Wow.
So I got top 10 for swimsuit and top ratings for intelligence, top 3 for talent in singing. Ah.
Oh,
And then I didn't place, pero I also won gold for Miss Friendship. So,
oh,
ayan.
oh.
Sobrang friendly na ako, I think. That's all. I'm not really trying to be too friendly. I'm not like being, mukhang plastika or ano pa. Parang it's just who I am.
So
And,
sad. Very
yes po.
blessed. You're very blessed talaga. And I
Thank you.
wish na you would continue more to inspire more indigenous women. Lalo na yung mga sa panahon natin ngayon. I can see you're very talaga busy there. I also saw that you've been vaccinated already. Tell us more about.
Yes. Yes. So, I'm part of I'm a beautiful guinea pig po. I'm parang yung tama is I volunteered to be a part of a study. So the study is for another vaccine. So meron na sa Moderna, sa Pfizer. This one is Novavax. Novavax is a vaccine in its third phase of clinical trials. So gusto ko Novavax kasi po yung mga ibang vaccines sobrang sobrang expensive. They're too expensive. So and they require a lot of maintenance to keep them, working. Kasi not like maintenance like like you take it all the time like a pill. Pero yung sa Pfizer for example, so that it's viable. Ayan, so viable. You have to keep it at sub negative 70 degrees Celsius. Grabe.
Oh,
That's temperature. So bibilihin niyang government yung special freezer, bibili yung special yung mga equipment, daming gastos just for the vaccine.
mm,
And then feeling ko hindi kaya 'to sa Pilipinas kasi sobrang mahal, 'di ba? Pero even sa Moderna, it's better but you still have to freeze it. And sa Pilipinas, it's a tropical country. We're very hot, 'di ba? So, I was looking for a way that I'm here in the US na I can contribute to science. I can contribute to a vaccine para sa katutubo ko,
mm,
para sa para sa Pilipinas.
mm.
So, Novavax, it's very effective. 97.5% effective. Mas effective than Moderna and Pfizer against COVID-19 actually. And it it is 97.5% effective sa COVID-19 original strain. And then yung mga um the variants, yung South African variant, 60% effective sa South African variant. And against United Kingdom, sa UK variant, it's 89.5% effective. So yun lang po, it's very effective naman against COVID. And the thing I like about it the most po is that you don't need to use a deep freezer. You
Mm,
just use refrigeration to keep the vaccine viable for use. So
mm.
yun, mas maganda yan para sa Pilipinas kasi it'll be easier to distribute sa mga kababayan diyan po.
Yes,
Yeah.
basic.
So, kasi yung sa Novavax, it's more like it's like the flu shot. It's like a traditional vaccine.
Mm,
Pero yung Pfizer and Moderna, they're mRNA-based vaccines. So it's like very mRNA, it's very easy to break the vaccine. So
mm,
you have to be very delicate kasi even the heat, the hotness can
mm.
start to break the vaccine. Yeah, so that's why it has to be super cold all the time. Pero sa Novavax, okay naman yung refrigerator lang. Okay. And mas effective yan. So that's why I participated. And I feel good. The first shot, kahit ano, sore arm lang ako. I got it on January 8th, yung birthday ko. January 8th, may Novavax vaccine first shot. And then on January, ano po, January 29, so 21 days later, kahit 3 weeks,
Mm,
I got my second dose. And
mm,
it was actually very, ano po, I was sore,
mm,
pero okay lang. But then mamaya naman po, may ibang simptoma that shows that it's the real vaccine. Kasi I'm not supposed to know if it's the real vaccine or placebo.
mm.
Kasi study naman ako. I'm a guinea pig, di ba? I'm not supposed to know. Pero masaya naman ako po kasi after that second dose,
Mm.
may fever ako kasi
Mm.
my body is ano po, it's mounting an immune response. So it's saying, I know what this is, I'm gonna fight it. So now, if ever I come into contact with COVID-19, my
Oo.
body can fight it. Like, walang symptoma, wala. So it's a very, very positive thing to, even though I didn't feel good naman after the second dose, I was like, sorry naman,
Oo.
ano, achy naman ako, may konting fever ako. Pero after 1 day lang, okay lang ako. Like, walang problema. I really, I really believe in the science. I believe in the science. So, and it's working.
Mm.
It's working. Yung international data, Novavax is the first vaccine to produce real-world data against yung mga COVID-19 variants, the one from South Africa and UK, and it's still effective. So, yeah, I'm hopeful.
Oo.
Yeah, God's so good. Very good.
Iba talaga
Mm.
pag nasa field ng medicine ang kausap natin, talagang
Oh,
mabibigyan
sorry naman po.
ng maganda
Dugo na ilong ko din.
pa kasi talaga alam mo yun, malaking tulong yun kasi at least ikaw nagkaroon ka na ng shot. Kasi issue talaga yan ngayon. Sa buong mundo issue yan. Kaya yung sinabi mo ngayon, magiging ano nila, tulong sa pagde-decide kasi ikaw mismo naka-realize, na-feel mo siya. So, what are the other things you are busy right now?
I am very busy sa advocacy ko dito. So, along with advocating for the Philippine abandoned children and indigenous people sa Pilipinas, I'm also advocating din for the environment.
Oh,
And so yun lang po, I'm working on an application for the United Nations Youth Summit in September. So I'll send you the link. Kahit if you are 15 years old to 29 years old, kaya mo mag-join. So for the Youth Summit, I'll send you the link so you can share it to the Bukidnon Tribal Youth Ambassadors, yung mga ibang youth active sa environment. Let's represent our Philippines.
oo.
And then ano po, I'm also competing in Miss Washington USA while I'm here. Yeah. Kasi dito ako, so why not? Why not? And then yeah, I'm also continuing to promote yung advocacies ko as a proud Filipino American kasi dito ko pinaganak. I was born here in Seattle. But my family, they're all from the Philippines. Pure-blooded Filipina ako po. So it's just a powerful platform na yon. Kasi maraming po, I don't know if you saw yung mga posts ko kanina, but there's a lot of hate crimes na yon for Asians.
Mm.
So there's a lot of fear, and I want to be someone, along with standing for my main advocacy, adoption for yung mga children sa Pilipinas as an adoption advocate, and for indigenous rights and the environment. Parang I want to stand against the hatred that's happening here. It's not right. Yung mga last week lang po, there was si and a Taiwanese immigrant,
Mm.
82 years old po. Morning walk na lang siya, patay na siya. isang person, they just shove them down and patay. Because they're blaming Asians for the coronavirus, for COVID-19. And kasi yung dito sa Amerika, if you're not, hindi siya puti or itim, kahit Asian, inchik yung atsura mo,
Mm.
they think, oh, you're from China. It's your fault. Parang, and then hindi siya iniisip, hindi naman, dito na ako. Parang,
Right.
elderly, parang, yung elderly, they're so vulnerable, but there's an increase on attacks po of the elderly dito sa Amerika. It's very, kawawa.
Mm.
Kawawa naman po. So,
Ah,
I'm excited to represent and to speak peace.
mm. Talagang magiging issue nga yan kasi knowing that the virus came from China, talagang, alam mo yun, careful tayo mga Asian. Kasi kagaya niyan, di ba? Nangyayari talaga. Kaya nga,
Yeah.
oo, yung kahit hindi pa tayo taga China, nasasama tayo sa kanilang hatred. So parang
Yeah.
Asian na tuloy.
Yeah, yun lang mahirap. But it's kasi lack of leadership dito sa Amerika para sa speaking the truth about reconciliation, speaking the truth about, I, just because someone is Asian doesn't mean that they wanted this to happen. Or like,
Totoo.
like, grabe, it's po. Kasi the leadership here, they're not, because the Trump administration just ended,
Ah,
um, he was not very good at specifying yung difference between the Chinese government and then the people. They're different. There's and
totoo.
yeah, so
May
yeah.
failure din si Trump talaga sa kanyang panunungkulan.
Mm,
Hindi siya
yeah,
diplomatic mag-approach. Gera,
yeah.
gera talaga siya.
Mahirap lang.
Yung,
Yeah.
yung isip kasi niya, hindi niya iniisip na may mga tao na maapektuhan sa mga desisyon niya. Kaya,
Mm.
buti na lang si Biden ngayon.
Opo, buti naman. Yeah.
'Di ba? Kasi talaga,
Yes po.
baka maubos ang mga nandyan kung si Trump pa rin. 'Di ba? Kaya,
Mm.
ingat ka rin. Ingat ka kasi, ang pag-iisip kasi ng mga tao, lalo na of the evil side, talagang, you know, hindi talaga makatao. Kaya kahit tayo dasal ng dasal, nature yan nasa nature ang hangin. So, walang palalampasin yan pag ma-inhale. And I pray for all of you there. You also pray for us here. No? Actually,
Yes.
nagkaroon pa bago pa lang nagka-earthquake na naman. 6.5
Oh,
bago pa lang.
grabe, lindol.
Oo. Kaya,
Oh.
yung mga pangyayari ngayon talaga, nagmamatch na doon sa mga prophecy noong unang panahon pa. So, yung pag-represent mo sa mga IP, ba't ako naiiyak?
Oh.
Ako, ano ba yan? Basta anuhan mo yung sa UN. Galingan mo dyan. As at least, may makilala na IP from the Philippines na magre-represent yan. And it would be very good for you because you're there already. And you can re-echo whatever na mapag-usapan dyan to the IPs here in the Philippines. Feel free to connect with us. And we will always support you kung anong endeavor mo.
Oh, you're my people po. You're my sister. Ako po.
Yeah, yeah.
So, thank you so much po. Ay, naiyak no ako din. Thank you.
Maiyakin tayo. Oo. So dito na,
Maraming salamat po.
ewan ko kailan ba talaga rin maayos dito. Actually, naku, ayan na nga. I-pause mo na.